Welcome back to CoachRobb.com. In this video I want to discuss when and where to move around on the seat for maximum productivity and power. The first thing I want you to look at is we break the seat into front and back. There's a sweet spot right in the middle. You have the back and you have the nose of the seat. And what most people don't realize is that you need to get acclimated to moving around on the seat. You saw right there where I purposely picked my hips up and moved to the back of the seat. And what I want you to understand is when you're in the back of the seat, you can focus on pushing forward and pressing down. If you've watched my other video on the pedaling in circles, that will mean more to you. What I want you to realize is as you go to an aero position, the first thing you need to do is you need to move to at least the center of the seat, the sweet spot of the seat. This is the purpose and the benefit of being in an aero position, because your goal is to move your hips in front of your bottom bracket. Again, if you watched our other video on isolated leg drill, you now know what the bottom bracket is. Your hips need to be over or in front of that to be able to get a good leg turnover and to save your legs for the run. However, even if you're not a multi-sport athlete, you need to be comfortable moving around on the seat. The more you move forward, the easier it is to turn the pedals over. If you move to the back of the seat, what that does is that garners the strength out of your lower back, your glutes, and your quads. Now the thing that I want you to keep in mind is when you encounter a headwind or you encounter hills, don't immediately grab one easier gear. What I want to encourage you to do is slide forwards or backwards on the seat. When you hit headwind, that's just like going up a hill, slide back. If you get hit with a lot of headwind, decrease your frontal resistance by getting your upper torso out of the way. If you have aero bars, you obviously want to drop into aero. If you have traditional road bars, you want to drop into the lower part of the drop bar. Remember, the goal here is to decrease your frontal resistance. If you find that your leg turnover just continues to fall and adjusting your gears doesn't make it any easier, then go ahead and sit up. But just remember, if you're requiring yourself to sit up because the load levels are so high, remember to slide to the back of the seat. There's a direct correlation. The further back in the seat you are, the more powerful you are. The further forward you get on the seat, the less power you have, but the easier it is to turn over the pedals. So learn how to move around on the seat. Learn how to use your gears. We're going to discuss that in a separate video on when to change gears. And watch your efficiency factor and average speed on the bike go up. If you have any questions about this or any of our other videos, please visit us at CoachRobb.com.